So here I am at Lake Wooroonook, not far from Charlton, camped right on the banks of the lake. Quite a few people on the other side, a few on this side. It's pretty much the last spot, but I'm pretty much on my own. The toilets are right on the other side over there, showers, quite nice actually. Anyway, this is my setup. So you can see I'm right on the banks of the lake. Got my walls up for the afternoon sun because it's pretty bloody warm. I don't normally camp in the hotter months. There's my trailer. That's my cooking table, cooktop there. This is a pull-out bench. It actually pulls out twice as long. I've got drawers that come out both sides. This is all the cooking stuff. That's with the lights full up. I'm going to turn it down just so you can see. There's a few mosquitoes this time of the year, but they're all at the light and they're not bothering me, so that's all right. So I don't know how the camera's picking that up, but as far as me seeing, I can see quite easily. I don't need any more than that. Oh, good morning. It's a pretty good night's sleep actually. Temperature was pretty good for sleeping. I like it cool. I heard some possums arguing through the night, and the ducks seem to quack all night long. Just the odd one, just suddenly quack. Anyway, I'm going to have some breakfast. Might have some bacon and eggs. That's how the bench works, right? So the eggs are cooking away. The kettle's just about to boil. And I've realised I forgot my tomato. Just moseying along, seeing if I can even do a lap of the lake at all. I think I've found a path. Loving this new bike. I feel I can go so many places where I couldn't go on the mongoose. Just seems to do it so easy. Bit sandy, one-handed, bit tricky, but it's all right. So I'm just trying to ride my way around this lake, finding some paths. It's not a bad little ride. So many birds around here, it's unbelievable. And I just realised I'm surrounded by bees. So here's a lake from the opposite side of where I'm camping. I think that's me way over the other side. So this is supposed to be a swimming spot, and I wouldn't swim there at the moment by the looks of those mud and weeds. So I'm making my way around these lakes, Wooroonook lakes. Apparently there's 3 of them. So far I've only seen water in one. This is the most east one. Interesting ride though. Pleasant day, good music, peaceful, no one bothering you. What more could you want? Temperature's good, not too hot so far. No snakes to bother me. Mosquitoes and flies are not around. These lakes, they're in the middle of all sorts of farming country, but they're public access to these lakes. Something to do anyway. If you got a bike, go for a ride. Well, this side lake has got water in it. Looks a bit swampy. Not sure if that green stuff's walkable or not. And just 10 seconds ago, I had a wallaby run straight at me from there. I don't think it realised I was here. It just kept hopping to right about that tree, and then it must have noticed me, and then it bounced through that section there, and between those bits of wood, and then back round that way. If you can see in the distance there, there's a mob of kangaroos. There's about 7 of them. Ooh, and there's a big one with them. Oh, that's a big one. They'll keep away from you unless you're sort of coming to their territory in between you and the young ones. They might get a bit upset. So there they are now over there. Hopefully they're not going to come over and jump me. But there's the big daddy. See him? Whoa, he's big. He'd kill me. It's very shallow. I think you got to go about at least 50 metres before you get the water, because that looks like pretty dry mud over there. See, I'm a bit hesitant now. I don't want these kangaroos to come up from behind me. I don't want to spook them. I don't want them spooking me either. Well, the lake's quite low and the mud is fairly dry. I walked around it a bit and took a few photos of different things I found interesting. But while I was walking, I suddenly thought, oh, people are probably wondering what I would do if I did get attacked by the kangaroos. That's a good question. You don't really want to be in a fight with the big, what do they give them a name? I can't think of the name. Anyway, the big male bucks. I think they're called bucks. You don't really want to be in a fight with one of them, because there's no way you'd win. Not really, unless you're a pretty good boxer and you've got some good moves on you, which I don't. So if you didn't have a big stick to keep them away or to swish at them, I mean, say if I'm riding my bike and they just came out, which can happen. People have landed with parachutes and stuff and paragliders and stuff coming into land, and they've been attacked by kangaroos. The one I saw with the paraglider wasn't a big kangaroo, so you could probably scare him a bit. But back to the question. So I'm riding along and one of them comes in, out of the blue and bounces into me or knocks me down or something like that. What would I do? Well, I would quickly be behind my bike and I would use that as a shield. So you can hold your bike up so that I can't get near you. It's not a really heavy bike, so you could turn it sideways so they couldn't get a low blow at you. But if you weren't next to your bike, if you got caught, literally I think I would just curl up in a ball and just scream like a baby. They keep tight, they probably just look at you and, well, they think you're pathetic, which you are, but they probably just leave you alone after a little while. They'd probably bounce off. So that's pretty much it, really. I don't know really what else you would do. So I'm riding along now, keeping an eye out for this mob of kangaroos. I don't want to spook them, I don't want to be spooked by them. Funny thing is, the music I'm listening to is quite suspenseful. So it feels like any second they're going to come bounce it out and mob me. Nah, I'm sure I probably won't even see them. They're probably a long way away because they can move pretty quickly. They can cover a lot of area. So I haven't seen them yet. Who knows where they're gone. They could have gone into a field to get some food. They could have gone anywhere. I'm not sure if they're using that water in that lake to have a drink because there wasn't really much there. And that mud had a bit of a smell to it. Yeah, not real pleasant, just old funky mud. I'm going to see if there's any water in that middle lake because this is the third one, the most easterly one out of the 3 lakes at Wooroonook. So I'll see if I can get my way in to the second one, see what I find. So having ridden on the eastern side of the eastern lake, I saw that I could come on the western side. So I just wanted to see how the water was, and it seems to be a bit more deeper on this side, although there's quite a bit of marshy area between here and the deep stuff. If you're going to do any fishing, you need a boat to get out there. I'm not even sure if you're allowed to go fishing out there. It's quite green out here though. Once the water recedes, grass likes to take over. And I did see there was water in that second middle lake. Hopefully there's a track around it so I can get a closer look. It's very peaceful though. I never did see those roos again. Here's the eastern side of the middle lake. It's also fairly shallow, but there's enough water for wildlife and bird life to live at. I saw the park ranger a second time. I got off my bike as he was coming over and I looked like I wanted to have a chat. He just drove past, gave me a wave. I thought, oh, okay, no worries. I thought you'd like to interact with the public. Nah, he had too much to do. I'm going to give this lake a bit of a test. Looks a bit muddy. I'm just going to go in barefoot. It looks safe enough to go barefoot. Ow! As soon as I said that, I got bit by an ant. Bastards. You probably can't see it, but there is a shitload of little fish in there. I'll zoom in. There. So there's little fish. I think there'd be big fish. I did throw the line in, but it's so shallow for a long way. Just keeps getting snagged. Ugh. Squish between my toes. That's alright, as long as I don't sink up to my knee. Yeah, it's not bad actually. Like I thought it'd sink in. Just a little bit. Like just toe depth. If you're wondering what I'm using to hold this phone, I'm not just holding it in my hands. I've got it attached to a little quad lock stem that screws onto my mini tripod. My mini tripod is really ergonomically nice to carry. It doesn't feel like it's getting any deeper. Like I'm knee high. And oh, I just sunk a bit there. And I'm probably 10-15 metres offshore. Okay, this mud is now ankle deep. But it's soft, there's nothing sharp in there. Like it's nice to walk. There's a shallow area, I don't know if you can see it, I'll zoom in. See that? There's a patch of shallow stuff. Or thick, really thick reeds. I think it's just shallow stuff. That's the camp there. I just put a little awning on the front. It's just a ground sheet. I thought I'd give myself a bit of shade, but it must be like 90%. It's not 100%, because I can still feel the sun coming through a bit. You wouldn't think it's that hot. I mean, it's only probably mid-20s, but that sun's got a bit of a burn to it. A bit of a sting. Whoa! I just stepped in a deeper bit and it went right up to me groin. Yeah, I felt a bit cool there. There's a lot of dragonflies. Lots of dragonflies. Dragonflies, damselflies, regular flies, bees. Mosquitoes come out later. I'm trying to find a way out where my toes don't get all dirty again. Oh, I think I did it. No, that's not too bad. I thought it was going to come out black with mud, but no. So I'm going to head off tomorrow. 2 nights is enough, given that I haven't got a stand-up paddleboard. I can't go fishing because it's too shallow. I've ridden everywhere I can ride around here. It's a nice place, but the trouble with camping by yourself is you're by yourself. That's Lake Wooroonook. I think it might be a little bit nicer in winter because there'll be less flies and mosquitoes. And I had this giant wasp. Those ones with the big dangling legs, you know those ones? Big yellow ones. They don't really bother you, but this sort of, they get in your way. You kept going into the trail like, to have a look. Maybe you want to build a nest or something, I don't know. Just kept going in there. And of course, if you get in their way too much, then they might become aggressive. Anyway, it's gone now. Won't be long before the mosquitoes come out. I'm going to have a shower soon. It's a nice shower actually. So I'll freshen up before the evening ends, because I like going to bed pretty clean. That's one good thing about winter camping. You don't really sweat much, so you can go a few days without having a shower. We have one of those baby wipe baths, you know, those baby wipes. That seems to suffice, unless you do something really exerting, like going on a big massive hike and you sweat up. But I've got a portable shower in case I need it for those sort of situations. That's about it really. Hope you like my visit at Lake Wooroonook.